home cook that is leaving tonight, that person is...
Amidst all the chaos on MasterChef, there have been more than a few times that were emotional enough to make a grown man cry.
I am so sorry.
So, Season 10 of MasterChef was a roller coaster of emotions in itself, but there is nothing that can come close in competition to the journey Micah had. So, this young dreamer with a passion for cooking stood out amidst a sea of talented chefs. It was the 21st episode of the season, and the judges had something amazing planned for the contestants.
The ultimate cure for homesickness.
No way.
Oh, no.
No way.
For those who are confused about what's happening, the judges had invited each of the remaining contestants' family to the show to make it more personal. And you bet the kitchen buzzed with anticipation. Contestants eagerly awaited the arrival of their loved ones, a source of comfort and inspiration in the high-stakes competition. And you know what? Nearly everyone got reunited with their family.
Dorian, here's your husband. Charles.
Yeah, there's nothing more wholesome than a family reunion, but not everyone was lucky enough that day.
Now, Micah, unfortunately, Mum and Dad can't be here.
Could you see the look on his face? Heartbreak was written all over his face. It's disheartening when the people you rely on for support seem to fall short. For Micah, the absence of his family spoke volume. Their lack of encouragement for his culinary aspirations seemed to bear down heavily on him, overshadowing what should have been a moment of warmth and encouragement. But Gordon wasn't gonna let Micah feel alone.
Tonight, you're not alone, okay? You're with us. You're with the MasterChef family. Remember that, okay?
I mean, no one should ever go through something like this just to pursue their dream. But, well, life is hard.
Dream has never really been positively looked on by anyone in my family.
While everyone hugged their family, Micah didn't have anyone, except for Dorian, who, being a mother herself, went all mom mode and gave him a tight hug. And then there were Ramsay's words, which, sure, they might come from a good place, but right now it was like rubbing salt over the wound. And then came the immunity challenge, where the home cooks had to prepare a dish that not only impressed the judges, but also their loved ones. And this is when Micah opened up how he truly felt about the whole situation. And trust me, it was one of the most emotional moments in the history of MasterChef.
My mother really... My mom really inspired me to get into cooking.
I mean, that's crazy. His own mother inspired him to take this path, and she didn't even both show up? Now I'm not a parent, nor do I know what perfect parenting is like. But that's definitely not it. Micah's words really showed how hurt he was.
And I really wish that she could be here right now. But I can't think about that. I have to stay on my path and make her proud of me.
Micah was going through a lot, and anyone in his shoes would honestly feel the same. But then there was the looming question.
He's struggling. Do you take that and knuckle down and get immunity tonight, or do you let it affect you?
Despite the emotional turmoil, Micah persevered, pouring his heart and soul into everything he worked on. Gordon even came over to his station to drop a few words of encouragement. After all, Micah needed every last bit of support he could get.
I've been in your situation at 19. Hey, I've been ignored by my father many times, but I know you can bounce back.
Micah, knowing he wasn't the only one to have gone through such a phase, must have been comforting. But Ramsay didn't stop there.
You may not have any immediate family here, but I consider you as family, okay?
Thank you, Chef.
Yeah, leave it to Ramsay, and he knows exactly how to heal the wounded. Soon enough, it was time to present the dish, and guess what Micah came up with?
This is a pistachio and juniper crusted lamb chop with chard romanesco and a date and pomegranate labneh.
As the judges tasted his lamb chop, the tension in the room was palpable. Micah's heart sank as he awaited their verdict.
The problem for me is that it's not pink, it's stone red raw.
Micah's dish turned out to be undercooked, but it wasn't all that bad. It could have been raw at least. Unfortunately, since he failed to make a mark, he had to face the pressure test. Now, this pressure test came with a surprising twist. Each of the home cooks has to prepare dishes created by Gordon. And guess what? They would have to cook alongside Gordon and at his pace. Well, of course, Gordon was proficient knocking out one step after another at record-breaking speed, while the contestants struggled to keep up. In a challenge so intense, one slip up and the chefs were sure to be doomed. For the most part, they seemed to be doing well with the timing until Micah found himself in trouble.
Medic, please, quickly. Sorry, Micah, we can't stop. Let's go. Hurry up, please, medic.
Yeah, as if he wasn't already going through enough, he even cut himself. Finally, the time was up, and it was time to taste what they'd made. Micah was the last one to present his dish, and sadly, things didn't go so well for him.
You are literally about 2 minutes away from there. You see that?
Yes, chef.
His fish was undercooked, well, that much even he knew, but the rest of the dish, like the minestrone and vegetables on the dish, redeemed him. Despite the redeeming qualities, though, it was clear that the elimination was gonna be an unforgiving one. The time had arrived, and one chef had to go home, and can you guess who it was?
Micah. So we will say goodbye to Micah, head upstairs.
Yeah, all the great veggies in the world weren't going to be enough to save him. And I think the lack of family support had a great role to play in his lackluster performance. As the judges and the rest of the contestants bid him a teary farewell, Gordon made an amazing offer.
Once we're finished with this competition, I want to set up a meeting to help guide you to where you'd like to go in this business.
You see, Gordono knew he may have not performed well tonight, but he had all the potential to become a pro, and the celeb chef wasn't about to let raw talent go to waste. Micah's parents might not have recognized his talents, but Gordon sure did. Micah was getting all teary-eyed as he expressed his gratitude.
This entire competition has completely and utterly changed my life. So I want to thank you.
You're welcome.
His journey might have come to an end, but his spirit remained unbroken, a testament to the resilience of the human heart. But that wasn't the only heartbreaking moment from the show, nor moment that a contestant would need to steal their resolve. If you caught season 7, then you knew this elimination was coming. So it was in episode 10, and Andrea had found herself in the elimination round. And the challenge she had to face was nowhere near an easy one.
Sausage in a bun.
Now you must be thinking it's just a sausage and bun, how hard can it be? But wait till you hear the catch.
Now you'll all have to grind and case your own sausage.
Now this wasn't a challenge for the weak. At the start of the challenge, Christina made it clear to all the contestants that they needed to have their sausage in a bun ready at the front table within 60 minutes. It was like setting the stage for a culinary showdown with everyone feeling the pressure to deliver on time.
At your station, you're ending down here.
Yes, chef.
And let's just say not everyone could follow through with that rule. Anyway, it was time to roll up their sleeves and pork up some serious business. The contestants had to grind their way through the competition and the meat. Yeah, I get it. Puns may not be my best strength, but hey, what's the harm in trying? Anyway, during the challenge, Edward Lee paid Andrea a visit, and despite all the tough times they were facing, Andrea was brimming with confidence.
I'm feeling good, chef.
What are you making?
I'm making a bratwurst, chef.
She excitedly shared her plans for the dish, whipping up a bratwurst nestled in beer-infused caramelized onions, drizzled with a zesty currywurst ketchup, all snugly enveloped in a warm pretzel roll. Sounds fantastic to me. Edward couldn't help but feel puzzled. Why opt for the Western German route when she was originally from Miami? But Andrea had the perfect response for that.
And I'm a traveler, and I love food from other countries, so that's what I'm giving you guys today.
Good luck, Andrea.
Thank you, chef.
Andrea was really cutting it close with time. Even the judges were starting to worry for her. With less than a minute left, Andrea decided to put her sausage back in the pan, but everyone could see it was a recipe for disaster. And trust me, it wasn't just the judges who were concerned.
20 seconds remaining.
With 5 seconds left, Andrea was still standing at her station, with both the judges and contestants yelling at her to hurry up. The contestants had started to run to the front, but guess who didn't make it in time?
4, 3, 2, 1, and stop.
She arrived a few seconds after the time was up, and if you know anything about MasterChef, its rule breaking isn't going to be something that's glossed over. Even the judges were beyond stressed for her, and not to mention disappointed. She was so focused on perfecting her dish that she completely forgot about taking her dish to the front. Honest mistake really, but not something you can turn a blind eye to. So Andrea was the third contestant to have her sausage in a bun tasted. Once Gordon took a bit of sausage, he was pretty impressed.
It's gotta be moist.
Thank you, chef.
It was so moist that when he cut it into slices, it was still glistening. But that's not all. He was so impressed that he gave a piece to each of the other contestants, wanting them to know what a perfect sausage tastes like. You could say all her efforts to perfect the dish paid off.
That's it. Great recipe. I think that's going to be one in my book. Really good job.
If you thought Gordon was done singing its praises, then you're so wrong. Yeah, there's no compliment that can beat Gordon asking for permission to have your recipe in his cookbook. But the good times came to an end. When it was time to call out the worst dishes, something unexpected happened.
Listen, she had the best sausage of the night, okay?
Rules are rules, guys.
So what do we do?
See, Gordon went above and beyond to support Andrea, doing everything in his power to prevent her from being eliminated. However, Christina struggled to come to terms with the fact that she had knowingly broken the one rule that they were instructed not to break.
Ever had in this competition, sadly, is going home and not going into the top 10.
I bet Gordon wasn't in agreement, but, well, rules are rules.
I'm so sorry. Rules are rules, and we have to abide by them on a daily basis.
Andrea just completely broke down, tears streaming down her face, confessing that she totally messed up. Can you believe it? Getting eliminated for being just 3 seconds late, even though she nailed her dish? It's like the cruelest truth to swallow, you know? But if Andrea's journey on the show didn't manage to bring a tear to your eye, then this next pick is sure to hit you right in the feels. I'm talking about Jeff from season 8. Now, you may love this guy or hate this guy, but one thing's for sure, he's a genuine man through and through. So it was the mystery box challenge of episode 18, and mind you, this was no ordinary one. Normally, the contestants find surprising ingredients under that mystery box, but what they found this time was far better than that.
Lift.
Oh my God.
Getting those letters wasn't just like any ordinary mail drop, you know? They were from their family, the families they hadn't seen in months. So imagine the feelings they were feeling when they laid eyes on those handwritten notes straight from their loved one. Jeff was the one who really wore his heart on his sleeve during that moment.
Jeffrey.
Wow, you could really feel the longing for his family emanating from him, can't you? If he was getting this emotional, imagine what it must be like when actually reads the letter.
Jeffrey, Holden and I are so proud of you for following your dreams. We both miss you terribly. I can't wait to be a family again.
It's heart-wrenching, you know, hearing his voice breaking with each passing moment as he continues to read. It's like feeling his pain right through the screen. And when you think about it, leaving behind everything and everyone you've ever known just to chase after your dreams, to carve out a living from sheer determination, it's a daunting journey. Imagine the sacrifices, the lonely nights, the constant hustle, all while knowing that you can't even see your family, that you're missing out on so much. It's rough as hell. But the letter didn't end there, and as he read further, I can bet he won't be the only one crying.
Now finish this up with a win.
But wait, I haven't even gotten to the worst part yet.
That's my little boy, right there. And the last I saw him.
Soon enough, the judges revealed the actual task of the night.
Tonight, we want to see each of you make an extraordinary dish inspired from the love and the people that placed those letters.
The contestant had the challenge of whipping up a mouth-watering savory protein dish that echoed the love and memories shared with their nearest and dearest. Jeff was the first one to step out of the pantry, his heart filled with determination after reading the heartfelt letter from his loved one. Little did he know, the kitchen held a surprise he never could have imagined, adding an unexpected twist to his already emotional journey.
Holy Santa Claus.
Turns out it wasn't just the letters the judges had in store for them. You could tell from the loom on his face just how shocked he was.
That is your amazing fiance and your baby, Holden.
Hey, buddy.
Reuniting with his family, especially his child, after such a prolonged period apart must have been an experience etched deeply into his heart. Those months of missing out on witnessing his son's growth were undoubtedly filled with longing and aching. But now, as they stand together, the warmth of their embrace must overshadow all the distance and time lost. This moment, with its blend of joy, relief, and love, couldn't have been more precious and heartwarming. Now, my next pick may not be as heartwarming as this one. In fact, it is nowhere near heartwarming. At least not initially. But stick with me, it'll all make sense in the end. Yeah, I'm talking about that one elimination that took place in Season 8, Episode 16, and guess who found himself in it? This time, Gordon set the stage with 6 boxes of pasta on a table. Then, he dropped the bombshell. The contestants were gonna need to make one of those pasta dishes from scratch. The room buzzed with a mix of excitement and nerves as they realized the challenge ahead. After clinching victory in the Mystery Box Challenge, Dino gained the privilege of selecting the specific pasta dish that all contestants would have to craft from scratch in order to produce a dish worthy of the MasterChef title. So, what did he choose for Gabriel?
Gonna try to throw them off. Gabriel.
Interesting.
When the challenge kicked off, Christina approached Gabriel inquiring how familiar he was with Italian cuisine. And Gabriel's answer was about as honest as you could ask for.
Gabriel.
Yes, chef.
Dino assigned you cannelloni tonight.
He sure did.
How familiar are you with Italian food?
A little bit familiar. It's one of my favorite things to eat, but not something that I actually make quite often.
Okay.
So safe to say he had some idea about what he was doing. And even if he didn't, he wasn't afraid of giving it a try. So basically, Christina told him to step up his game in the kitchen if he wanted to prove he was worth keeping around. But a few moments later, it was clear he didn't quite measure up to the standard she was looking for. And Christina was first to express her concern.
How worried about Gabriel. He is struggling with the shape of that cannelloni.
During the taste testing round, he found himself as the third cook summoned for judgment. As he made his way to the judges with his plate in hand, he couldn't shake the feeling of being less than 100%. He openly acknowledged that his unfamiliarity with cannelloni had posed a challenge, expressing dissatisfaction with the shape and structure of the pasta he presented. But he held on to some hopes flavors were all there. But Christina was quick to pick out its biggest flaw.
This is not what it's supposed to look like.
The cannelloni was a bit of a letdown. It was like a deflated balloon, and the filling didn't really hit either. She was craving more seasoning, but the real kicker was the pasta technique. It was a complete mess all over the place. As for Gordon, he didn't hold back either.
The sauce, it's so sweet, it's extraordinary.
Easily, this was Gabriel's worst dish on MasterChef. Well, of course, the judges were disappointed, but Gabriel was upset with himself. Not surprising that Gabriel made it to the bottom too. And then the inevitable happened.
Gabriel, I'm sorry, bud.
Everyone was shocked beyond belief. They weren't just shocked, but moreover devastated over his elimination. Even Yechesia, who stood alongside Gabriel on the chopping block. While Gabriel might be heading back to Oklahoma, he wasn't looking to return to flipping burgers at a fast food joint. All he needed was proper guidance, and to make it happen, Gordon made an unexpected move.
I am personally going to send you to culinary school.
And that generous offer left Gabriel in tears. In fact, Gordon offered to personally send him to culinary school, covering the tuition so he could attend full-time, and he was even willing to support his parent. Gordon saw tremendous potential in him at just 19 years, and he couldn't help but support him with proper training.
Will you accept that offer?
Hell yeah, chef.
It is this generosity and mentorship that truly highlights what an incredible person he is. Not only is he an iconic chef with unparalleled culinary skills, but he also goes above and beyond to support aspiring chefs. But it's not just Ramsay who made an offer.
But after that, I want you to leave Oklahoma and come to New Orleans.
All right.
Because I'm prepared to offer you a job in one of my restaurants.
In an unexpected turn of events, Aaron presented Gabriel with an opportunity that went far beyond the kitchen. As the excitement from Gordon's extraordinary offer settled, Gabriel was faced with a life-altering decision: to leave his familiar Oklahoma surroundings and venture into the bustling culinary world of New Orleans under Aaron's wing. The prospect of not only learning from Gordon, but also securing a permanent position under Aaron's mentorship filled Gabriel with an indescribable mix of excitement and gratitude. Overwhelmed by emotion, Gabriel struggled to find the right words to express his feeling.
All I've wanted to do is learn and cook, and I get to do both of them under tutelage from two people that I've admired since I was like 7, so I can't.
Tears welled up in his eyes as he contemplated the journey that had led him to this moment.
I can't be happier.
Working at fast food joints doesn't rake in the big bucks, you know? It's tough trying to make ends meet, especially when you're not just looking out for yourself, but also for your parent. Gabriel knew deep down that flipping burgers wasn't going to cut it. So when Gordon offered to not only take care of him, but also his folks, it felt like a massive weight lifted off his shoulder. It was more than just financial relief. It was a gesture of love and support that meant everything to him. With a shaky hand, he reached for his apron, a symbol of the countless hours spent perfecting his craft. As Gordon offered words of encouragement and a reassuring smile, Gabriel understood the significance of this pivotal moment. So, can you think of any other moment that tugged at your heart on the show? Make sure to let me know what you're feeling down in the comments, and I might feature your suggestion in my upcoming video. You could also leave me a message on my social media pages, and please don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on my post notification. And hey, if you thought this video was crazy, wait till you see the next one. It's even crazier.